Everyone, and welcome along to our weekly takeover of the internet. It's the Studio Rats Live Q&A number 130. My name's James Ivy,
I'm Paul Drew.
and you are all
Right.
very welcome to
Yeah.
our weekly takeover that traditionally starts this way. Mr. Drew, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? Oh, I finished my board again. I think I finished it last week, didn't I? I've been spending
Yes.
a lot of time doing that.
Are you allowed to show us it now?
I can't show you. I can't show you that board. No, that's
Right.
different. That's got something on it that we're not allowed to show yet. But no. My gigging board, my Axe Effects control board with the pedals on it and stuff like that.
Nice.
So that's done. That's really good. Really pleased with that. What else? I did. What's the video I did on Monday? What was that? Oh man,
Vu, hang on.
James, you're not watching, are you? You're not watching the videos.
I am watching them. You
I
did
did.
the SD1 versus Ibanez.
That's the one. That's the one. I did the SD one. That didn't do as well as I thought it would do.
Weird, isn't it? You know, the more I make videos and the more we make videos, the more I realise that I can't second guess it.
No,
There is there's no right and wrong. There's no second guessing the internet. The stuff that does really well, you go, oh, and the stuff that you think is going to do really well,
yeah, that does happen. And do you know, it's ever since, I reckon it's something to do with the algorithm on YouTube. Because ever since we did James's Big Pink Semi video, which didn't do that well, it's they've constantly been on the slow burn video. So I don't know what's going on at the moment, but I'm being picked on by YouTube, which is not very nice. So I need to find a way of boosting the old algorithms. And apart from that, house hunting, that sort of stuff. Went away at the weekend. Went down to New Forest at the weekend to do some searching around, and that's about it. Yourself?
Found anything?
No. It's like nothing coming. You know, like the housing market's in the shite at the moment, isn't it? So it's all it's all a bit depressing. Anyway, what about yourself?
I was cheering at the weekend again.
Not cheering, actually cheering. You were
cheerleading. I wasn't cheerleading.
You were teching for the cheerleading.
Yes, I wasn't in Lycra for the weekend.
Where were you?
Pardon?
Why? Where were you? Sorry, whereabouts?
Colchester.
Oh, just down the road.
Yes.
Oh, nice one. Just stay at home or just stay away?
No, I stayed away just because it'll be. The thing is, if I stay in the hotel, I get up an hour later than I'd have to if I was staying here, and I get a full English breakfast. If I drive home, I've got to get up an hour earlier to get to the venue, and I don't get any nice breakfasts or anything like that.
No, I get it. I do get it. So you stayed in a hotel?
Yes.
And did your lovely wife Jen? Did she know how far away you were?
Yes, she did.
Oh, you did. You didn't say
she
that.
Said there's no point in you coming home.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, she's right. There wouldn't have been. I'd have got home. I'd have missed out on the food at the hotel because I wouldn't have been staying at the hotel. I'd have not had something decent to eat in the evening. Right. Gone to bed. Got up earlier than I would have had to do. It doesn't make sense.
Okay. All right.
If it was 10 minutes up the road, that's different. But it was 40 minutes up the road. So.
Bless you.
Anyway, then Monday, I spent Monday in here doing stuff. Tuesday, I spent the day at school because it was the first performance of my kids' nativity play for which I was recording and videoing and stuff. Then today we're supposed to have the guys around to sort the central heating out because that's playing up, which is not a good time of year for that to be happening.
No, freezing.
It is pretty chilly. Jake's room, bless him, no radiator working. He's got going to bed with like 4 blankets, and he sort of goes to bed.
I like that. I really like being cold at night, so that would suit me.
Yeah, but there's cold at night and there's freezing cold in the morning.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
So that was supposed to happen. The freezer's playing up. That sounds like a diesel engine's running it. Yeah, not a great week thus far. I got the second performance tomorrow of the Nativity play. Then I'm dashing over to Birmingham because it's Sam Cheer MC's
Nice,
wedding.
nice.
And then Friday night I have a gig in Manchester. Well, actually Warrington.
Jeez, that's a long way.
But we finish at 10.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
so it's kind of get there for set by sort of 5:36-ish,
Yeah,
do a 2-hour gig,
yeah,
back down, come home.
nice. That's what you want. Yeah, that's not so bad, is it? When it's like that.
No.
Right, should we do some questiones?
Indeedly do. I do want to get on. I've put it. I put it in the blurb.
Yeah.
I do want to get on to talk about the difference between studio playing and live playing at some point, and I want
Right.
to get everyone's kind of feedback on that as well.
Okay.
But we'll get into the questions and all the questions and the comments and stuff. But I do want to get onto that because I think there's some gold in there that we can impart. I think.
All right. Okie dokies.
Or maybe I can deem from you. I don't know.
I'm not sure about that. Evening, Lee. Lee's in the hoose. Came Uncle Pete says, good evening, gents and ladies, of course. So happy for you to see me today. OSIR. OSIR? Well, hi,
Yeah, we always have this, and I can remember what it stands for.
I don't know. You're going to have to let us know again. Mr. Mox is in the house. He says, let's have it. He's got long hair now. Hold on.
You know, I didn't have Pet down as looking like Dave Grohl.
Pet, you had like coiffed hair before. What's happened?
It's a wig.
He's looking good. Bruce says, good evening, one and all from New York. Evening, Bruce. Jeff Cook says, good morning from steamy Brisbane. Jesus. Steam, it's 6 a.m. It's supposed to be 37 degrees. Jeez. Wow. Today, after we've had over an inch of rain the last couple of hours, I guess can rehydrate a couple of dry next today. Oh, mate, nice. It's freezing here. It's like it's minus now.
It's Jurassic, isn't it?
So cold. Just as our heating goes through the roof.
Yes.
Bogey Man says, evening all, 49,500 subs, getting close. Yes, yeah, getting really close actually. Should be there in what are we? It's
gonna be about New Year again, isn't it?
No. We way before New Year.
Yeah?
Yeah. About the 20th, I reckon.
All right.
Hopefully. I'm saying that and it won't now. Mendel Rocks, evening. Glad to be here again. Evening, Mendel. And thank you. We need to say thank you to Bogey Man. Thank you for noticing, mate. That's very kind.
Yes. I should also say, Mendel, thank you for your emails and stuff this week. I'm gonna pass just this time.
What was it?
The 4x12 Cornford cab. And the price was incredible, but I just can't at the minute.
Oh, what a shame! You should get rid of that. You should get rid of that Marshall cab. Mind you, 4x12 Marshalls, they're not worth money.
No.
Anyway, oh, what a shame.
But
if I had the space, mate, I'd have it.
Yes, I know. Well, you might have the space.
It looks nice because it's white, isn't it?
You might have the space when you get to the new space.
I might do. You never know.
Yeah.
Des says, why would you think a Tube Screamer versus SD1 video would do particularly well? Well, one thing, it's a versus video. They normally do well. Secondly, they're two pedals that most people can afford. So it's most people, when they're looking for an overdrive pedal, say like your first overdrive pedal.
Yeah.
If you go into a shop, you can almost guarantee that the shop would say, well, it's Tube Screamer or an SD1. Because they're your classic old overdrive pedals. They don't cost a hell of a lot of money. And those sort of videos normally do well. But not this time.
Not this time.
Agan says, question, I have a Boss Katana 50 Mark II. Is it worth me buying pedals to use with it or just use the inbuilt effects? Will pedals make it sound better? Thanks, guys. Love the channel. Oh, cheers, Agan. I would say so. Depends what you want. I'd just get yourself an overdrive pedal.
An overdrive and or clean boost. And they're very similar thing, but
I don't know what the clean boost is like going into the Katana. It's a Katana's it is analog, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it should be right, shouldn't it?
The spark works really well into it.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, there.
I've got it here now. So I thought for our experiment next week,
Yeah.
well, because I thought it's all very well saying, we all rattle on about how valve amps and solid state amps don't add up. Got a 2 or 12 katana there, 100. We'll see how.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That is a good video. Yeah, that's a good video.
Yeah.
That'll do well.
Yes. Well, but we'll talk about that later on because it's
Okay.
don't want to give the game away, but
yeah. So yeah. Agan, get yourself a. When you say effects, let us know what you mean. I think the actual digital, the like reverbs and delays and stuff are great inside the katana. You know, they're to a point. They're to a price point.
See, I think realistically, Boss could have put maybe not another 0 on, but they certainly could have doubled the price of the katana and still sold them by the gazillion.
I think Boss have done really well with it. I mean,
it's incredible.
Yeah. I think for the money, for the money, it's fantastic, Agan, and you'll just get yourself a nice overdrive pedal. I think you'll like that going in the front. Yeah. Chris Williams, good evening, chaps. Evening, Chris. Mr. Bar's in the house. He said, evening, kids. Evening, Shahar. Streaming issues. Not that we can see.
Not our end, as far as I can tell.
Bruce has got a Brucey bonus. He says, I've got another. That's an English gag that only English people get. I've got another guitar to flip, a 1965 ES330, all original in near mint. Just a tiny bit of I'd love that.
That sounds nice. I suspect, though, that's beyond my pay grade.
I don't know. It's funny. It's funny. I mean, it's not like having a 65 Les Paul or a 65. I mean, they're not even sought after 65 Les Paul, but you get my meaning.
Yeah.
335s and mind you, a 65 335 would be a lot. A 330. I don't know. Let us know what you want for it, Bruce. Not that I could afford probably the import duties and stuff.
Yeah.
But you never know.
It'd be cheaper to fly over and get it and carry it home.
Yeah, and then be stopped at
and then risk it. Say, I'll take it with me.
I don't think
it'd be cheaper to buy something really cheap, put it in a case, carry the case over, so you've got records of taking something in.
And I'm loving this. I'm loving we're doing this on the internet. And granted, there's 61 people watching at the moment, and the Inland Revenue and Customs are probably not watching this. But I love you're giving away all my
trade secrets. I suspect they're not mine. I think people have been doing them since time immemorial. So
yeah, which makes me think that's why they must be onto it now. Like you can't, And also, in any money, you're going to come back with that, and they're going to go, "Oh, is that a Brazilian rosewood fretboard on that?" And you're going to go,
And you have to get your what's it called? Certificate.
It'd be destroyed. Yeah. If you haven't got your CITES.
That's the one. Yeah.
Mr. McGuill is in the house. He said, good evening to all. Hope life is good. And you, David. Just in case anyone doesn't know, we talk about this every single week, but David owns a plectrum company, and he makes these fantastic plectrums out of old coins from all different countries, and they are monster. So anyone that wants a cool plectrum and a great Christmas gift.
Yeah, actually.
Honestly, if your missus is or your grandma's trying to say, what do you want? Get a couple of them and you'll be laughing. Stephen James says, good evening from Brisbane. Paul, like your video on the overdrives. What is the difference if you're putting a booster at the end of a chain, putting it at the beginning? I always thought you should put it at the end. So, good. Hi, Stephen. Good. That's a really good question. So, depending on how your amp is set and all that, if you put the booster at the beginning and then you put that into drives, you're going to be driving, you're putting more input gain into that drive. So hence getting more overdrive out of that, because basically you're clipping the input. Not like digital clipping. This is good clipping. Gang, and it's crunching up the input, creating more gain, thick saturation, that sort of thing. Now, if you've got a clean amp and you've got an overdrive then a booster. You put the booster after the overdrive. That's going to turn up the volume of the overdrive. So one adds more gain, but the volume stays the same.
It's the difference between gain and volume again, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gain and volume. Yeah. So if you want to have a booster to boost your solos into a clean amp, that's how you do it after the overdrive. If you want to do it before the overdrive, which is the way that I always do it, because I want to create, as opposed to a volume increase, which I can do easily with a volume pedal or whatever. Because I'm actually, if I'm using digital gear, that is, I want to create more saturation going into that overdrive.
You want a thicker sound, don't you?
Yes.
Yes. All good.
John McGuigan says, evening or even John. Hold on, let's have a look at John's. Ooh, very nice.
It's a shame you can't click on these and make them bigger, isn't it?
Yeah. I want to see.
That'd be a nice feature.
He's got a Les Paul, he's got a Strat, he's got all that, he's got a telly, he's got the whole lot.
Yeah.
Nice.
The Holy Grail.
Nice. K Michael P. Oh yes, IR.
Yes.
There we go. William says, good evening, James Paul. Question to James. Jeff Beccaro was a fantastic drum musician. Any idea of making a drum video of Jeff's style and sound? And Paul, have you ever had problems with tendonitis? William, I'll let James go first.
The problem with Jeff Beccaro is to analyze him, you have to kind of be able to play like him. And I only wish. Beccaro's thing was all about groove and just landing it absolutely. There's a phrase in drumming called in the pocket, which is kind of, Beccaro did it without even knowing what the phrase was. You know, it was just, that was what he did. If you listen to some of the stuff he played for 10cc, who, let's face it, are, to me, 10cc are the English Toto.
Did Beccaro play for 10cc?
Yeah, played on some of the albums. He didn't. I don't think he ever played live for them, but he did play on some of the albums. He just knew what to play. I think the definition of Jeff Beccaro's playing is playing for the song, not playing for yourself.
Yeah.
I would love to do something on that. Yes, I've got a few more bits of stuff to sort out in the studio before I can really get into full-on video production mode again, and I've got a backlog of work the size of Kilimanjaro, to use a Toto lyric there. But yeah, I will try and do something along those lines very shortly, so hopefully that helps.
Tendonitis. So remind me what carpal tunnel is. Is that the same as tendonitis?
Carpal tunnel is hardening of the
cartilage,
tendons, isn't it? Whereas tendonitis is inflammation of, I believe it's like that.
What's the one? Repetitive strain injury.
RSI. That's keyboards and things.
Okay, I've only ever had RSI, and that's just down to waggling on a mouse too much.
I've had tendonitis from playing drums badly, actually playing electronic kits badly, trying to get an electronic kit to do what a real kit did, and it was horrible. Nasty.
Pet says, aha, Dave Grohl, that's what my lot said. It's my Mrs. Wig. Looking fine.
I would.
shave the beard and yeah, you'd be in. Francis Lau says, hey guys, hope you're both doing well. If you could only have one, Boss SD1 or Digitech Bad Monkey as an overdrive and boost for high gain leads. I don't know. I don't think I've ever used the Bad. Have I used the Bad Monkey? I'd go for SD1 and only because I know it more.
I'd go SD1.
I like
this because the Digitech stuff, while it's good, it's a bit like the Digitech stuff for me is a bit like the Alesis stuff.
Yes,
it's really good, but it kind of sounds digitally.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you meant it was like because it was Digitech was always, or Dodd.
Yeah,
Dodd pedals were. I don't know. Yeah, I think there was a thing when we were probably when we were younger, when there were just Digitech, Dodd, Rat. Can't think of anyone else.
And and Boss.
Sorry, did I not say Boss? Okay, yeah,
No.
and Boss. Yeah, Digitech was always the one because I think the pedal was a bit crap, wasn't it? It had one of
The DoD, the Dodd pedals had that micro switch
yeah,
that always failed.
yeah.
Always
That's why I always avoided them. I'm sure the Bad Monkeys got the same thing.
failed.
Yeah, SD1. The SD1 is really good. I've seen loads of videos this week about the DS1.
Yes, I saw that as well for some reason.
Like people going nuts on the DS1, and the DS1 is really good, and it's really interesting pedal, but it's way more like a fuzz than a distortion for me. And I know there's a fine line between the two, but the SD1 does it all for me. You can do it. You can do everything with it.
Has to be said, you're not a huge fan of super distortion. You're not a super high gain player.
I mean, I don't know. I would see. I would like to think I'm not, and then no, not like no. I see what you mean, but I don't think there's a lot of difference in the gain, in the amount of gain that I would use to those.
I think you keep the mid range in, and rather than scoop it all out.
That's true. That's true. I do that. But no, on my board at the moment, because I keep changing it, and I think I'm happy now. I've got
this
a fuzz
week.
on there. Huh?
This week.
Yeah, this week. Yeah. Now I've got a fuzz on there because I had two. I had like two pedals that were doing the same sort of thing. It's just like, why am I doing that? So I've got a fuzz on there.
Yeah. Whereas I've got quite a lot of pedals on my board that all seem to do the same thing, but they all do it slightly differently. But for the studio, it's not like I've got to cart it around. So
absolutely. Zach Lee says, oh, "What's that? What's going on there with that guitar?" Right, I like that. Good day from Venice, California.
Are coming.
Yeah. 57.
What? That's Fahrenheit, though.
What's that?
That's 57 Fahrenheit.
I always get confused between the two.
Take away 30 and half it.
Oh, okay.
So it's about.
I was
15.
Hey, I mean, it is definitely far off that where we are. Ouch.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, 60 degrees is nice though. 27 there.
Nice.
Eddie says, thought about diminished over dominant 7 chord when the 7 chords is a minor 9 or a sharp 9. Hold on. Thought about diminished over a dominant 7 chord. I've got to be honest, mate. You're hold on. Thought about diminished. I don't. What's the question?
I think it should be thoughts about diminished over a dominant 7 chord when the 7 chord is a minor 9 or a sharp 9.
The 7 chords. Okay, no. When the 7. So you're saying a dominant 7 with a diminished.
Yeah.
And then a minor 9. So you're doing.
It's a little out of context. I've got nothing to.
I don't know. Maybe I'm playing the wrong chord there. And I'm sure, Eddie, there are loads of guitar players that do so well with chords like that. For me, that is.
That's a jazz chord.
Yeah, yeah. I'd love. Actually, would I love to play jazz? I don't like jazz because I can't play jazz. Let's put it that way. And would I take? And I would take the Boss any day of the week. Says K Michael P.
Yeah.
Mendel Rock says thank you, James, and all good. Pet says personally, I don't think the studio rats need to justify the reasons for their bids. Their supporters will watch them. Keep them coming, gents. Oh, cheers, Pet. Thanks.
We do our best.
Is there much advantage of the SD1 over a BD2? So the BD2.
It's the blues driver, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, the blues driver.
I think it's a slight. I think for me, the blues driver does have more gain than the SD1, but the tone is different.
Does it? It has more gain, does it?
I think so.
I think you're right. I think the tone is different. I think it's. I would say the Blues Driver is as more mid-range. A bit like probably a bit more like a Tube Scream. Yeah, I mean they're probably very similar. I don't know what the actual difference is. I've got the Blues Driver, the one that's paired with Angry Charlie.
I like that pedal.
Yeah, that's a really good pedal, that, because that does. I mean, that does really high gain, and it does. Actually, that's a sensible pedal to have on a board. Why didn't I put that on the board?
I don't know, because you've got too many pedals.
I see. Now I'm gonna have to try. Now I'm gonna have to try that on the board. Pez, is there much advantage?
Same thing.
Okay. Zach says, question: today's topic live: are the built-in feedback suppressors in powered PA speakers usually good to use?
Answer: no, they are not.
No, they're just. It's just a compressor. It's just a.
It's just a notch filter.
Yeah,
a notch filter.
Yeah.
All you end up doing. So, for example, the latest version of the Mackie SRM 450, like the most popular powered speaker in history, it now has five feedback fighting filters, notch filters, and basically all that happens is you drive it so far, those 5 filters kick in, and just lower the volume of everything. So,
but are they not? They're not dynamic.
They're sweepable. They'll automatically find but there's only 5 of them.
Yeah, but they're dynamic though. So it will let back. It will let everything through until the feedback comes and goes, and then dips it.
Yeah, but it does it in a kind of fairly permanent way.
Oh, okay. I don't know that. And then,
do you remember the old Behringer Shark?
Yeah. You used to see them everywhere though, even on pro rigs. You used to see them. Yeah, I mean, I can't think I've ever used one, but
anything that says automatic feedback destroyer, put down, step well away, and run away. The best feedback destroyers are here and here.
Right. Okay.
As in, listen for it.
Okay. Nice. Oh, like that. I would be tempted. Do you know what? I would love that. I would absolutely love that.
And then you'd never play it. You'd never play it.
No, yeah, but that's a keeper. That doesn't matter. That's like it's one of those guitars that you have as a as a no, I wouldn't be buying it for an investment, but you'd have it because it's just a piece of history. And if it plays well, is it a Bruce? I'd like to know. I mean, not that it would make any difference to me. I'd like to know if it was if it's been like, refretted and all that sort of stuff. Not that it would make any difference to me, but do you know what? I wouldn't want to be the person that refretted it. I would like it to be done, and then I'd go, it's already been done. It's great. I don't mind refretting it again. It must have been. If it's a 1965, it must have been. Oh, Bruce, I'm so tempted. That would be. What can I sell?
A kidney.
Oh, well, yeah, apart from kidneys. That's a nice guitar. Anyway, John McGuigan, Relic guitars, yes, no, if yes, why? John, if you looked at my guitar collection, 5, 6. There's 6 relics here, so it's yes. Why? So John might not be a regular listener or viewer or whatever, because you're not precious about them, for one thing. If you've got, this is the thing. So, and I'll do my classic sort of PRS story. I bought a few PRS off people, and the majority of people that you actually buy PRS, so like the custom 24, that sort of shape PRS, not like the Silver Skies, but the majority of people who actually buy them off aren't players, they're collectors. They collect guitars because they like the look of them, and a PRS is so what's opulent, what's the word, it's so extravagant, it's fancy, isn't it?
It's a dentist guitar.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So no, and I love PRS guitars. I mean, I
Me
wouldn't.
too.
Yeah, they're absolutely brilliant guitars. But you tend to, if you see them secondhand, they tend to be perfect condition, and you buy them in perfect condition. They don't stay like that long after me or James has had them.
Because we play them.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then if you go onto like Facebook and join a PRS forum and look at the people crying their eyes out because they've got a dent in their PRS. It's ridiculous because it's
Their first name is usually Doctor.
So right, let me just pick up any one of my. There we go. Let's grab this one. Right. So, and I know it's ridiculous. It comes like this. It comes with all the knocks and all that sort of stuff. But I can take this guitar out, do a gig with it, scratch the back of it, knock it. I'm not worried about it. I'm more worried about the way that I'm playing on that gig. Poor everyone that's listening. And I'm not worried about scratching it. If I take out a guitar that's that I'm really precious about, I'd be like, oh god, I don't really want to damage it.
The way to get around that is not buy super expensive guitars. Therefore, you're not worried about digging them anyway.
Well, I guess so. Yes, I guess so. But
works for me.
Yeah. But I like expensive guitars, and
But ask me how many times the Sonar has been on a gig.
The what has? Sorry,
my Sonar kit has been on a gig.
Probably never.
It hasn't. No, exactly.
But that's your studio drum kit. But would you be gutted if you damaged it?
Yes, absolutely. I would be, livid at myself.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, I don't really know where we're going with that because that's almost like
I don't know either. But I mean, my gig kit, my Yamaha, has got dings and knocks in it because that's what it does.
Right.
It's not relicked because you don't really get relicked drum kits.
You're not? Do they not do them?
No, not as far as I know.
So drummers haven't just aren't into that yet, or they're just
no.
The thing is, I mean, if you buy a drum kit, what is the lacquer on your drum kit? What's it made out of?
Oh, I actually don't know.
Right. Okay. So these are the things that
it's probably polyurethane.
I would have thought it is too.
Yeah.
So polyurethane guitar. If you want to get into the wood debates, do guitars sound different? Whether they have nitrocellulose and cellulose or polys. We're not going to get into that today. But to me, a guitar, a guitar with nitro on it, hence Relic guitars. They look nice when they crack. It looks nice, and it looks nice when they, you can see all the patina and all that sort of stuff. It's great. I love it. I love Relics.
That 60s Echo, the one with the ridiculous tremolo arm, has got some of the most beautiful checking and stuff on the back. It's absolutely stunning. But because it's in mint condition, it kind of looks weird because it's got all that checking and all that cracking of the finish, but no other dings on it. It's bizarre.
Oh, interesting.
For a proper 60s guitar, for a 1964 guitar, it's in amazing condition.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, it looks nice. I love all that. I mean, you can't. I don't know if you can see it. You can see it a bit more.
Let me get it. Let me get it because it's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. If I show up, you can't see all the little tiny little checks and cracks in it. Put that way.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, it's lovely. That looks like it's come out of a Mario game, mate. It's all gone blocky.
Yeah.
No. As in your camera's gone to shite.
Oh, has it? Oh, okay.
Oh, like all the little lacquer cracks and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Interesting. Nice.
But it's other than that, I mean, it's got a couple of.
You can't really see.
You can't really see it. Yeah, it's
right.
so.
That's cool, though, isn't it? I really like that guitar.
Look at the ridiculous drum.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Look at that thing. That's brilliant. Really nice. That's nice. That.
Right. Sounds amazing as well. The pickups are really cool.
So Delta Fit says, "Good evening, chaps. Paul, what plectrums do you use? You always seem to get great percussive sound with playing." Oh, cheers, Delta Fit. I use normally, so these are Dunlop Flow 88s. What are they? I don't know if they're Flow. Yeah, they're Dunlop Flow 88s. Really expensive for some reason. If I want a metal plectrum, I'd use one of David's from the Plectrum Company thing. But as a day-to-day plectrum, yeah, it's James holding up there. But as a day-to-day plectrum, those. And I mean, when I say they're expensive, they're like £1 each as opposed to 50p each. But they don't last a hell of a lot of time, so I have to buy them. I normally buy like a packet of 24 a couple of times a year, which costs 30 quid or something every time. It's a bit of a
This will
pain.
make you laugh. So I've been using the same type of plectrum for about 1,000,000 years, and they're Gibson mediums, deltas, and they just happen to be the same ones as Avid did 11 rack signatures on, the same one as Sontronics do their one, the same one as Sibelius did our G3 ones on.
That's the thing about those plectrums is, and I know loads of people get great sounds out of them, but because they're rounded off on the end, to me, you don't get the pick attack that you would get from that.
I don't know. I think I play quite on the edge anyway. I play about there. I play quite. Do I? I don't know. Not sure.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yes, everyone plays on the edge a little bit, but you're going to get far more attack using a sharp point on the plectrum than a.
Yeah.
Anyway,
at this point,
Mr. Moxie, thank you, sir. He says, Paul, would you do a private guitar lesson? And to James, I can shave and Jesus. And Skype me for a reasonable fee. Damn. I would love for you both to come to my small little studio and give advice, etc. That sounds awesome. I'd love to do that.
I'd love to. Whereabouts are you, Pat? I can't remember.
Pets in Wales.
We'd love to do that.
Yeah, we could do a little trip up. Maybe just do a little trip up to Wales.
Yeah.
I see the valleys.
See it. Yeah, I'm sure we could arrange that. That'd be great.
It'd be nice, yeah.
Take a camera with us. Make it worthwhile. If Pet's going to shave his head, then always worth a laugh.
Yeah, I'll wear Pet's wig.
Right. Hang on. I'm lost.
Thank you, Pet. That's very kind of you, mate.
Yes, very, very kind. Hang on. Boom. There we go.
Pet also says, what's your thoughts on the custom fenders that have been given the worn treatment? £4,000 plus for a new roughed up guitar. Well, to be honest, all of my guitars are those custom fenders. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 Relic Fender custom shops, and I mean I like them. I know some people don't. Some people don't get Relics. I really, really, really like Relics. If there were 2 identical guitars, and one was a Relic and one was pristine, like new, I'd gravitate towards the Relic every single time. I really like the vibe of them. But
it's funny. We'll get to talk about the auction that's been happening today and is happening for the next couple of days later on. But there were no Relics in the auction that I could see.
There were a couple of
old ones, but no new ones pretending to be old.
How much did the old ones go for? Did you see? There's a couple of 60s.
A couple of 60s ones. I think the 60s Strat went.
There were a couple of 60s Strats.
Yeah, it went 7,000-8,000 quid. Quite.
That's still not bad though.
It's not bad, but when you don't have it.
Oh yeah. I mean, I couldn't afford it at the moment, but
no.
Yeah.
But there was some seriously nice. Tomorrow is where I'm interested in guitars. There was one that I thought I could pitch for this because it definitely fitted my I don't have one yet, and it would be good for the studio. It was a 12-string Strat. But how often?
That's what Jimmy Page used.
Yeah, but how often is that guitar going to get used?
On all the 12-string studio stuff, Jimmy Page used this 12-string Strat.
It went quite high though, so that's why I didn't bid in the end. But
Man, I don't. It's one of those guitars that you'd never use. It's like, we've all got them.
Mm.
Well, oh yeah, I mean, all my guitars that are up there.
Mm-hmm. The ones you don't get. The ones you don't get to.
That Hofner that I bought.
The museum piece.
Yeah, it's quite cool actually. I like it actually, but yeah, you can't play it. It's not playable.
Mm.
Lightwing says, "Sorry, I'm late, guys. Doctor's appointment. All is well. Oh, good. Oh, yeah. Glad all is well." Francois Lau says the Bad Monkey is a TS clone. With separate bass and treble controls. Gary Moore and Phil X use. Well, they are them. As far as I'm concerned, that's got to be good then. If Gary Moore and Phil X use them, how great is Phil X as well? Great sounds he gets,
and a lovely guy as well.
Yes. Seb Man says hello from Nashville. Hi, Seb Man. Nice to have you along.
Now, Seb Man, if you were willing to invite us over, I so want to do Nashville.
Yeah, I want to do Nashville. Get Beato on speed dial. What for? What's this for?
I don't know. I think I might have lost something there.
Yeah, Jane. Yeah, you watch all the Beato videos.
I was watching the Beato interview with Stephen Wilson.
How did Stephen Wilson come across in the interview?
Very well, actually.
Did he? Oh,
yeah,
good.
Very well.
Good. He sometimes comes across as, not. Well, I don't think. I think sometimes he comes across not very well. But
I went to that event in London, the Stephen Wilson Dolby Atmos, the L Acoustic event, and it was very interesting. And he's a very nice chap, and he's very knowledgeable, very very engaging, very easy to talk to. Actually,
is he?
Yeah, really nice guy.
Oh, awesome.
So I've become a bit of a Stephen. I've been a Porcupine Tree fan for quite a while because I love Gavin Harrison's drumming because he's amazing.
Yeah.
But I'm becoming a bit of a Stephen Wilson fanboy. I'm happy to admit it.
Nice. And why not?
The music's cool and clever, and all the things I like about music when it's good and clever, rather than just being clever for clever's sake.
Yes. Yeah, he does do some very interesting things.
And it's not, it is at least diatonic, and it's generally in a time signature I can understand, and it's not all weird and wonderful and way out there.
Okay.
It's clever, but still melodic and good and stuff.
Nice. Eric Dodd says, hello, governors. Hello, Eric.
Hello, Eric.
Brucey says, I'm not a big pedal guy, but I couldn't survive without my ST1. There we go. Only problem is that every time I use it, I get the urge to eat a banana. I might have to paint a different color. Yeah.
Get the limited edition, the black on.
I'm not sure. You could probably get a second hand one. I don't think there is anymore than like a limited. Lightwing says, any thoughts on the Amplitude 5 full tone add-on, specifically the tri-chorus? I haven't tried it yet. I think it's a good move. I think full tone. I think that's a good move that Full Tone did. After shutting up shop, it's a good way of them earning a bit of money by not doing anything. Really good.
Yeah.
Chemical P says, James, you're wrong. Only took 15 minutes to start the pedal board change. Yeah.
Nice.
Mendel says, regarding the live and studio playing topic, any tips for putting excitement into studio recordings when everyone is collaborating remotely? That's a really good question.
Well, the first thing I would always say is have a real drummer.
Yeah.
Because even if the drums are one of the last things down, now the way we tend to work when Paul's doing one of his, basically, Paul will write the backing track, if you like, to a basic drum pattern. But once I've put the drums down, you pretty much replace most things, don't you? You replace most of the guitar parts, and
I'd say, yeah. I'd say, yeah. I always think it's worthwhile. I think you're right. I think whoever's the first person to do something is probably going to be the person that needs to redo stuff. So have scratch tracks. So, for instance, if it's really hard because someone's got to start something. So it's either guitar player, singer putting down the the part, and then the drummer playing to that, and then the bass player playing to that. So just build up the track slowly that way, but don't use any of the scratch, or be careful about using the scratch tracks as opposed to everyone playing with the actual proper drum track.
And if you don't have a drummer, I am available.
There you go. Self-shill for James.
Yes, absolutely. No, I think real drums is the way to make anything sound slightly, hopefully, more realistic. Because a real drummer who knows how to play a song will push and pull tempo. We're not talking vastly, but there is always a little bit of push and pull. All there should be to give it feel. That's what I think feel is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult. I still think the best way of a band to play a recording is to play together in the same room.
Yeah.
Even if you end up replacing the other parts other than the drums, the fact that you played bass, guitar, and drums in the same room at the same time will add a thing to the recording.
It's funny. It's when you actually do recordings like that with a live band. Even if you go away as a guitar player and you think, oh God, I could have done that better. When you put down that part again, you'll probably think, do you know what? It hasn't got the same feel as when I was playing with the bass player and the drums, because it's like, James and myself, we got a gig next weekend, weekend after. And, just I'm playing through the songs in the studio, just going, God, this is hard work. But once you're playing with the band, it's so much more exciting, isn't it? And it's so much more, and yeah, playing with, there's, have you tried it yet? That new piece of equipment that's out, the one where you can hook up 5 different musicians and everyone can play at the same time. It's a box. It's a box that links through Chrome.
Oh right, no, I haven't tried it.
Yeah,
I had one of those. Do you remember there was a company that made like it was like a jam hub thing, and everyone could plug in. I had one of those for a while, and it was great. But because I don't really need that.
Yeah, but there's a specific piece of equipment now that it's like an interface that connects through Chrome for musicians, and you can play together. I don't know how it works, or what's going on there.
Wow. Okay, I'll nod and agree, because that's proper.
Well, yeah, that should be a video that should be a piece of equipment that we should be reviewing, because it's
defo.
I can't think what it's called. Yeah, I've seen a couple of videos on it. Anyway,
very cool.
Lee says Behringer feedback enhancer we used to call feedback enhancer we used to call it. Hopeless bit gear. Yeah.
Yes. I am going to copy the link, so if anybody wants to come and join us, there it is, down at the bottom of the notes. So if anyone does feel the need, copy that into your browser, and it will lead you through. Put your name down, something not too ridiculous,
right?
And come and join us.
Yeah. Francis says, one more question: would an exotic SP compressor work nicely as a gain boost into an SD1 for high gain tones? Yeah, absolutely. You can definitely use. I've got an SD1 on one of my boards, and it's it's a really clean boost that you can, you've got loads of gain on there. Again, like clean boost gain. Yeah, absolutely. That would work well. And you also got a mix knob as well for the compression. So you don't even have to use any of the compression if you don't want to. One says Fractal FM3 or Quad Cortex. That's a really good one. I think the Quad Cortex would win it over the FM3. The FM3 is really good. It just, you can't, but it's limited on what you can do with the FM3. The Quad Cortex pretty much is, even though I'm not a massive fan of the Quad Cortex and I really like the Fractal stuff, the FM3 is limited in processing power, and I think you can only have one amplifier at a time. So the processing difference of the two is quite vast.
However, FM9 or Quad Cortex?
FM9, without a doubt. Without a doubt, FM9.
Interesting.
Bruce Brooks, all original, hardly ever been played. Beautiful sunburst finish. Want pics? Tell me where to send them. Oh, Bruce. It's all original, so it's got the original frets on it. And how can I give Bruce my email address?
Get him to contact us via the Studio Rats and then give him direct.
Yeah. On the Studio Rats website, Bruce, send us some pics. That'd be amazing. I'd like,
or ping Paul your email address, and then he will send you his.
That's a good idea.
Yes, rather than try to put them through the system, because that's just
yes. Well, we can't. He's not supposed to be doing that sort of stuff. Daniel says, "Oh, is that a new guitar Daniel's got on there?"
That looks like a Nashville telly.
Well, it's a Nashville Styley telly, isn't it? But it's got a Wilkinson trem on it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that is. He said, "Sorry, I'm late to the party. New gear day, Reverend." Oh, there we go. It's a Reverend Eastsider, similar to James's Nashville telly. There we go. Nice, very nice. Look at that.
I'm loving that guitar, by the way.
Trying to guess what it is, and he's telling us what it is.
Yeah.
Couple of idiots.
Hello.
S Chico says, I like a used guitar that's been played. That's the Mojo Man. Yeah. Eric Dodd, TC Electronic SCF Gold versus the Eventide Triceratops.
For me, it's TC. Just because
it's really good.
Yeah.
I've got just that's not my board. I haven't used that. That's been in its box ever since. I haven't got the gold one. But that's been in its box ever since I bought it, really. And I used it a few times. It's a nice pedal. It does sound nice.
Right, here we go.
Exactly. Question: backline or silent stage? That's a really good question.
Well, from my point of view, there is no silent stage. Sure.
I'd like a silent stage. I don't mind both, to be honest. I think I prefer silent stage, but I haven't done. I think the majority of gigs that I've done probably over the last 3 years have been at least reduced volume on stage. I'm quite used to using modelers and stuff, and I don't mind it so much. I mean, everyone loves the Marshall cranked up and stuff, but
I just think that electric drums still don't sound good enough.
I think you need to get with it, Grandpa.
I know. I still don't think they sound good enough. There's not the dynamic range.
And I agree. I agree with that there isn't the dynamic range yet.
At this point.
Mr. Lightwing Studios, $10. He says, "Got to run, gents. Thanks for the terrific info as usual. See you next week. Cheers, Lightwing."
Very nice. Very welcome, sir.
Most kind. After Zach Lee's question, channel.
Yes, we're there, aren't we?
Yes. That's it.
That's
is there a difference in feel playing a tube amp through a reactive load using? Channel name says, "Is there a difference in feel playing a tube amp through a reactive load versus using a great sounding plugin?" Yeah,
massively.
Yeah, the reactive. I don't mind reactive loads. Do you know, I saw a. Did you see? I don't know if you saw it. The that pedal show. Dan Steinhardt from that pedal show. He was off. He was building. Who's the guitar? Phil Manzanera. He was building his pedal board.
Yeah.
Phil Manzanera now uses when he goes out live. I mean, he could go out. They're going out Roxy Music and they're playing. Arenas. So yeah, arenas. And he has a Grossman cabinet in a flight case. The full Grossman cabinet inside the flight case, so it's even more reduced. And he has an aux box as well.
Yeah.
So runs it how I run it in the studio, exactly the same way. So a reactive load into my Grossman. And and so he prefers it. He said it adds something to the sound going into the aux, so into reactive load. I really like it. I really like reactive load boxes. I think they're brilliant, and it means you can amplify at the right volume. Is there a difference in feel? Yeah, there's a massive difference in feel of a tube amp. It doesn't matter if it's a tube amp just in a room or going into reactive load compared to a plug-in. There's a massive difference.
Massively massive.
Aaron, he's in the hoose. He says, great point. Why are there no Relic drums, mics and amps? Maybe because only guitarists are crazy. Possibly.
There are certainly vintage finishes. You know, like you can get the old Ringo
Gretsch.
Black Oyster, well, I think it's Black Oyster, Silver Oyster finishes, but no mashed up drums.
I'm surprised. I'm really surprised about that. I would have thought that would be I mean, it's quite a skilled job. You know, there's companies that do like amazing Relic work, Fender being one of them. And there's companies that do terrible Relic work. And I'm not even going to, I won't even say there's companies, some really big companies that are really bad at doing Relic work.
I look over there and go, no, just no.
It needs some nice, that needs some nice chips on it.
No, it does not.
Lock Crazies, says K. Michael Pease. There's Chico. I like Relic instruments, says Chico, except drums. Drums look fabulous as shiny art instruments. Interesting.
Amen.
You know, like when you get a like a sax, you do a gig with a sax player and they've got an old sax that's all tarnished and stuff. I way prefer that than someone that's got like a brand, you know, sparkly brassed up.
We played with a brass section who all had black lacquered with gold hardware. They looked beautiful. They're all in like trombone, trumpet, and two saxes, all in this kind of black brass with awesome. All the gold. It looked amazing, and it was all beautiful. And yet, this one guy turned up with this beaten up old Selma, and he blew them all away.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. There's a reason, isn't there? It's like you're probably putting that lacquer that goes on those instruments is probably affecting the tone of the acoustic instruments and stuff. Yeah, we
did a gig. There was this guy. I can't remember his surname, but on the circuit, his name is Raul. Of course he is Raul, and he turned up to play trumpet, and we knew he was really good. And I was chatting to him. I said, "So, what's your thing, man?" He said, "Oh, well, in the 80s, I played a certain solo on a certain track."
Go on. I know it. I can't do what it is.
We'll go dancing tomorrow night.
There's no need for this. There's no need for that. Oh, nice.
He played the solo on "Wake Me Up Before You Go Go."
Nice.
How cool is that?
Yeah, very nice.
Yes.
What's next? Raphael says, Aaron, remember my mic?
Yeah, beaten up and vintage.
Nice.
Vintage.
Rafa says, I have a Shaw Beta 58 that's Relic. Nice one. But you Relic it, or I imagine.
I think we've all got one of those.
And his Eastmans are gathering scratches. Nice. Tim says, I'm lurking from work. Oh, mate. There's far more important things to do. No, there's not. No, there's not. Don't get yourself in trouble, mate. Don't get yourself in trouble. You can always watch this on repeat. Rafa says, but no cracking yet. How about Chicago? What, the band?
Or us coming there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Have I been to Chicago? I don't think I've ever been to Chicago.
I've had a stopover in Chicago once. That was about it.
Nice.
I want to do Gearfest, and I appreciate that Fort Wayne, Indiana, is the back end of nowhere from anywhere else that we ever normally want to go. But I do want to go there one year.
Right.
We should go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'd love to go. Sebman says, sounds great.
Aye.
Pet says, are you using e-devices pedal? Is it Earthquaker devices?
Yes.
Like amps.
Yes.
Is it normal to hear noise out of click sounds when tapping the buttons? My own foot side. Normally if clicking sounds coming through the amp, that's normally capacitors, charged capacitors. Do yourself a favor, click on it loads of times. Just click, 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 click. See if that the charge then goes, and see if it then still clicks.
Not sure on that one.
No,
I wouldn't. No, as in, no, I wouldn't like to say I have an answer.
Yeah, Earthquaker. Yeah, he says Earthquaker ran out of space. Interesting. Gary says, good day, fellas. Sorry I'm late joining. Paul, James, any new Studio Rat songs coming out in the near future? There's no plans at the moment, to be honest. I need to get on that. Yes, I do need to get on that. It's a good question, Gary, and I should
consider your butt kicked.
Yeah, just busy at the moment and stuff, and there's lots of. But yes, it's funny how you started up the channel to release more music, and then end up doing more reviews. James is frozen, which is nice.
Have I? Oh, yeah. I'm here.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Hey, no, you're back. You're back.
Here I am.
Sebman says, real drums add the danger to the music.
We are dongaroos.
Let me read this. Let me read this. Hi, I want to offer promotion of your channel. Viewers, followers, views, chatbots. The price is lower than any competitor. The quality is guaranteed to be the best. Also on incredibly flexible and convenient order management panel. Everything is in your hands. Turn it off. Customers go to Dodge. No thanks. Look, so this is what there's a few YouTube channels, and even James and I know about it. You can basically go to these scammy people and put your details in, and you'll get more views and you'll get more subscribers, but they're not real subscribers. And what's the point?
No.
Thanks, mate. And you're right.
Yeah, and just no.
No. Get rid of that dick anyway. Let me get rid of him. How do I get rid of him? I can't.
You can't. I can.
Get rid of him. Ah, annoys me.
Yes, annoying. Anyway, moving on.
Matt says, distant son. Matt, he says, evening fellas. Have you seen the new 5-watt magnetone?
Oh, go away.
So I said delete him, showing him again. He said, evening fellas. Have you seen the new 5-watt magnetone amp? It looks like an incredible version of a Fender Champ. I heard it and I hated it.
Really?
I hated it. I thought it sounded horrible. Magnetone becoming a sponsor next week. No, I'm joking.
I had a Fender Champ. One of my first ever amp was a Fender Champ. A proper one, a proper valve one. And I sold it for about 20 quid.
Oh, that was a bad move. Yeah. Yeah, and this is not a thing on Magnetone amps for me. I love Magnetone amps. I think they sound amazing. But that little 5-watt thing, I was really disappointed with it. How it sounded.
Moving on before we upset them.
Yeah. Thomas Ross says, good afternoon, rats. Evening, Thomas. Brucey says, playing with that real drums is like playing with a metronome. No feeling, no soul. Yeah, absolutely. Gaza says, on the topic of distortion pedals, in honor of Paul's great video recently, have you tried, cheers, mate, have you tried the Tom Quayle Dual Fusion Wampler pedal at all? If so, thoughts? I haven't. It does, I've heard it, and I think it sounded really good. as it should. Like anything that Tom Quayle touches, pretty much sounds amazing, doesn't it?
Yes.
The other one I want as well is I'd really like to try it, is the Andy Wood. It's called, what's it called? His dual pedal.
I don't know.
Called the something or other. Anyway, that one as well, which is I think that's Wampler as well. Might be. Pet says, to both, depending on how busy life, etc. If I were to send you a demo of a fully formed song with just guitar and vox, would you be open to adding some sprinklers on top? Only if you see the potential to begin with. Yeah, absolutely. Bang it over,
Yes.
mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. To be honest, mate, that could be a good shout. So yeah, bang it over. I'd love to hear it. Agan says, question: how is the teletype bridge pickup working out? The honeymoon phase should be over by now. Thanks again. I really like it. Honestly, I'm really, really pleased with it. You get it, and not that you can see the pickup, but let me get the guitar. So just in case anyone doesn't know, I did a video. I changed it's a 50s style Strat. The pickups are really bright, so I've changed that to it's a Seymour Duncan banger, telly banger, twang banger, which is Telecaster pickup in a Strat housing, because I really like Telecasters. And I put two
Lollas.
Thanks, James. Put two lollas in the neck and the bridge. To be honest, I think I preferred the sound of the original Fender neck and middle.
Right.
I think that these ones sound really nice, but they're more. I quite like the brightness of the original pickups, so I might put back the original pickups in there, and then and keep that one. I'm definitely keeping that pickup.
Right. Cool.
Ben says, hey, I sent y'all a Facebook message to your pace asking something. Would you be able to respond? Oh, sorry, Ben. I can check. To be honest, it's really weird. Facebook sort of answers the question. Does that make sense? So it says, thanks for sending us an email. Thanks for sending us a message. We'll get back to you as soon as possible, but then doesn't inform me that a message has come through. So let me just check this. I haven't got anything. Oh, hold on. Ben Isaac Mayer. Sorry, hold on. Here we go. Yeah, so it says, hey, I missed the show the other day. Yes, and then, sorry, it comes through with this. Thanks for contacting us. We've received your message and appreciate reaching out. I don't get informed, so apologies. He says, Ben, so I'll answer the question now if I can. I missed the show the other day. Would have asked there, would y'all be willing to help me? I want to make a capture using the open source Guitar ML plugin of a Bad Cat Cub. I'm even willing to throw. Yeah, okay. I'm asking you because I could specify the settings. All I would need is a track reamped and then the wet ones. I haven't got the Guitar ML. What's Guitar ML?
I don't know.
Might be if I'm going to be doing some captures, Ben, of the Bad Cat in IK Multimedia's Tone X. The thing is, if I did, and I love helping people out, and please don't think I don't want to help out, but we're incredibly busy, both of us. And if it's capturing something, it takes so much time. It's not just a case of just plugging a microphone and doing that. It's getting settings and doing all that sort of stuff, and it takes way longer than an hour, 2 hours sometimes. And I'm not sure we're going to have the time for it. But if you don't mind waiting around for the Tone X capture, I've got to do a bunch of captures for that. So maybe that will help.
But yeah, I don't know what ML capture is. So
ML Guitar ML.
unless it's a file format that I'm unaware of, like XML.
No, I think it must be a plugin or something. Maybe it's another capture plugin.
Maybe, yeah.
Channel name says, hello, I loved your Tonex YouTube video and capture of the matchless amp. Any plan on capturing the Marshall Classic 20? Unfortunately, we haven't got. Oh, have you got the Classic? Yes, you've got the Classic.
Yeah, no, I've got the is it the Classic? If the Classic is the JCM 800, then yes, I have.
Yes, yes. At some point, yes, we will probably be doing that.
Yes.
Yes.
Through a 4x12.
Yeah, through a 4x12. Yes. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Agan says on the Strat. I meant. Yeah, the Teddy Bridge. This one. Yeah. We understood, mate. Okay, live says evening all. Evening. Okay, live. Mendel Rocks. Elk live, not a reindeer. Seen ads for it as played live together online tool. Elk, that's it. It is that. Thank you. Well, cheers, Mendel. That's the one. Yeah. Have a look, James.
I will do. At this point, we have to do this as well.
Okay, live. He's given us €2.
And we have to do this.
Oh, thank you very much. Very kind of you, mate.
That's actually 2 separate posts. So 2 separate.
What?
Yes.
I hope that wasn't a mistake coming through twice. But thank you. Sebman says Fender did a Gretsch Relic snare. Oh, that's all I've seen. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, mostly. I mean, I did see there was a DW anniversary snare that came out this week, and they're only doing 100.
Yeah,
and they're 2,700 quid. And I just thought, that's a huge it's an investment piece. I mean, I'd still play it, but that is an investment drum. I mean, the Only Fools drum is an investment drum, but it's still the one that sits on the kit most of the time.
It's funny, isn't it? There's so many of these companies now doing these limited runs of things, and they do end up just being, not used because
museum pieces.
It's a shame, isn't it?
Whereas that WFL sits on that kit and gets used when I practice or used every day.
Yeah.
Because it's the best. It's the best. I've probably got now 5 or 6 snare drums over there, all of which sound completely different, but that one sounds the best.
Nice.
It just does.
Nice. Keith Moon. Bruce says Keith Moon had bashed up drums.
By the end of the gig, normally, yes, but they were so mashed up they went. I mean, in a skip.
Yeah. Okay, Life. So just realised that this is not enough to buy a pipe boat. Oh, that's very kind, mate. It's not. That's very kind. But
Paul only drinks Baby Sham anyway.
It's true. It's true. Anything fizzy and sweet. Keith Moon Relic kit. I could only imagine.
At this point, we should probably do the news.
Okay. Let's do that. Let's do the news.
The news, if you will.
Share the screen. Char. Yeah.
Oh, there we are.
Right. So this is. I thought this is interesting, and I heard this on the Guitar Nerds podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So Fender have partnered with Mojotone. Mojotone are a company in America that do pickups and amps. So you can buy kits. You can buy like an amp kit,
right?
And Fender have partnered with Mojotone to create Fender amp kits.
Okay, that's quite cool.
Yeah, isn't it? And 50s tweed, 60s blackface amplifiers.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's. I think it's really interesting. And yeah, so the only thing is, would you buy a second-hand one?
No, I'd buy a new one and do the kit myself.
It's one of those things but it's how could you ever try, because amps can be extremely dangerous things.
Yeah.
How can you guarantee that it's been done properly?
Pedals are bad enough.
Gosh, well, yeah, but you're not going to kill yourself by making a pedal, are you?
Hopefully not. No.
Well, it's not that hard to do with an amp. So that's that. Oh yeah, I should go to the top of this first. Wolfgang Van Halen has inspired EVH Gear to release 24 fret and hardtail versions of the Eddie-inspired 5150 series guitars, which I thought was really interesting. So 24 fret version of 5150. But then I was like, oh man, really? Why would you do that? But then look at this.
Oh, look at
How
that.
good does that look? It looks like it looks like a Nuno N4, doesn't
And
it?
then 4, yeah, a little bit.
Shape about it. That's really nice, isn't it?
Oh.
And it's even got a Floyd Rose, and I'm saying I still like that.
How much?
It's a good question. I don't know. And I can't see anywhere with the price.
That's going to be a lot of money. Moniz.
I don't know. It could be. Could be. It looks nice though.
I was looking at in the auction. I was looking at one of the PV Wolfgangs today.
Yeah.
One of the Chinese ones, and I thought, if this was a good one, it will start to run, and it, it got £120, £130. I was thinking, this is not one of the good ones. I'm steering well clear.
No, I had one of the wherever they were made, one of the cheaper ones, and it was a brilliant guitar. I bought it because Guitar had a deal on them. They bought up, the white and black stripe ones.
Yeah.
And it was a brilliant sounding guitar. It just had a single humbucker and a Floyd Rose. And no, it sounded amazing. I thought the humbucker sounded really good. Had that really sort of saturated Van Halen sort of sound about it. I really liked it. I'm not sure about this. Dunable launches the Minotaur. All new guitar model built for maximum ergonomic comfort. The only thing about it, it's not really built for looks.
It has not been built for comfort, not for speed.
Yeah. Although, the more you look at it, the more you sort of get used to it.
It looks like the sort of thing that Malcolm Young would have played.
Yeah, I don't like that bridge. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, anyway.
It's not a looker.
I don't think that one's a looker, but I quite like that one. I like the Gibson custom inlays.
Careful, because they'll try and get that taken down and stuff.
Yeah. I'm not sure they can do that with inlays, but I don't know what's going on here. So, Floravolt fruit powered guitar pedal.
They're jumping on the Sylvia Massey thing, aren't they?
Well, it's just like what. So what are you going to do? Are you going to go to a gig and you're going to take your potatoes along? Are you going to stuff it on top? What is that about?
Yeah,
it's honestly, what's going on? Should we hear how it sounds? Can we hear it?
No.
Hold on. Let's see if we can do this. Honestly, what's the world coming to? No, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, There we go. It's just stupid.
Just no.
It's absolutely stupid. There's a new Adam Jones Epiphone this time.
It's pretty.
I'm not sure about the graphics. I know it's all the Veil of Bees thing. I get it, but I don't like it.
No, it's not. No.
How much is it? Let's have a look. So they're making 800 of each. $1,300,
which is too much for an Epiphone.
I think it's too much for an Epiphone. But some of these limited edition Epiphones, they really hold their value, and they go up in value. So, but again, it's become a, you're not going to play it.
Yeah.
They released a couple of budget pedals. Loads of these companies at the moment, just ever since JHS did it. JHS have done it. I can't remember the other companies. But now Wampler have joined the bandwagon. You get quite a bit of control.
But even 99 quid, 99 bucks is not that cheap for a pedal. I mean, it's not when you think how much like the frontline pedals used to be.
Oh yeah, but this is different quality to that. I don't think.
I know.
That. I heard them. I heard the overdrive pedal, and it wasn't my sort of thing. But you know, it's. I think it's amazing that these companies are doing decent pedals. Do you know the best overdrive pedal? And you're going to laugh at this, James. If you've got 100 quid, the best overdrive pedal, if you want sort of that something that's a bit more boutiquey than your Boss or your Bad Monkeys we were talking about earlier, or whatever, is the Earthquaker Devices Plumes.
Yeah,
it's a brilliant pedal. So I guess you could say that Earthquake Devices were the first to do this.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't see those pedals as particularly budget. They're just cheaper than some of their other pedals. They're not budget.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, well, budget might be the wrong word. It's affordable. They're more affordable.
I know what you mean.
Here we go. Go on, give us a little toot.
It's time for our Harley Benton moment of the week.
So what have they done? So Harley Benton, the TE53KR Tribute Series. So it's basically a tele-custom.
Oh, I like that though.
It's all right, doesn't it?
Humbucker in the neck and
yeah. And how much do you think? Come on,
£2.50. Now I reckon that's $249 euros.
249. Okay, I'm not going to guess. 239. Look at that. Not bad. Look at that. Nice one.
And I'm not. That was only from previous HB experience, not because I cheated and looked up earlier.
Yeah. Again, as we always get with these Harley Bentons, if you didn't see the headstock and someone showed me that and said how much is that, I'd say $2,000. And then you look at the headstock and you go, okay, it's got that Harley Benton headstock, but it looks great, doesn't it? The body looks great.
What do you think Harley Benton are going to land themselves a big time indoor C?
No, I don't think that's their thing. I don't think actually. No, I don't think that's their thing. I don't think they care about that sort of stuff. They're just trying to provide cheap guitars. They've cornered that into the market, haven't they?
They certainly have cornered it.
Crazy. So the new unobtainium Crazy Tube circuit. So one side is a clon, an exact replication of a clon, apparently silver clon, and the other side is basically a Dumble. You've got a steel string singer and an overdrive special circuit. Yeah. I don't know why they're showing that. What's the point of showing that?
The unobtainium, though.
Well, yeah, I don't know if it's like a John Mayer pun or if it's unobtainium being unobtainium the Dumble.
Well, unobtainium was the stuff that they were mining in the first Avatar movie.
Oh, was it?
And with Avatar 2 coming out in December, this December.
Clever, yeah.
Yeah, I see what they did there.
Yeah, nice. So yeah, and it's Greg was saying it was under 200. Actually, no, it's not. It's euros. It's 289 RRP. So it's not cheap,
but it's not horrific.
No, it's not horrific.
For two pedals that are, serious dough.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. It's so true. Actually, I mean, you're not going to pay. Even for a clone, you're paying 200 quid, aren't you? So to get that on the top, it's good. Yes, it seems like good value. It's also got a an effects loop in it as well.
That's handy.
Yeah. Fender Japan, hybrid 2 Telecaster Strat and traditional Jazzmaster. Fender Japan keep releasing these sort of racing stripe guitars. I don't know what's going on. It's 148,500 yen, whatever that is for the telly. Telecut. I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand what the difference is, apart from a slightly different.
I like the P90 Jag. That's quite nice.
They're not P90s. They're
They're not P90s, are they? They're Jag pickups.
Yeah, Jazzmaster pickups.
Jazzmaster. Sorry, not Jaguar.
I mean, I think they're basically like P90s, aren't they? I guess
they're nice. That's nice. But
yeah. I mean, it looks like a. Anyway, there we go. I'm done.
I've got one.
Go on.
So, NAMM 3 years ago, just after Audiotonics bought SSL, Solid State Logic, if you will, they came out with their first audio interface. The 2 and the 2 Plus. One had, I don't know the differences. They now bring us the SSL 12. And here it is.
Am I allowed to say things about this, or have I got to keep my mouth shut?
See, the thing that upsets me, knowing more about this than I'm supposed to, it upsets me. Now, I get why they're doing it. It's to get that name in front of a new audience, because the truth of the matter is SSL probably they do still sell consoles, definitely, but nothing like in the numbers they used to.
No.
Because there aren't the big studios that there used to be. There just isn't. But
no,
this is not a product that should have SSL on it.
No, it's not. It's more than that as well. This is SSL is a premium brand which made expensive, incredible stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's like getting, a British company as well.
Yeah.
That is like getting a crappy car. It's not going to be crap, but you're going to get a car that's made cheaply in China and put in a Bentley badge on it.
An MG badge on, which, let's face it, these days is exactly
what. It's more than that. It's more than that, because SSL
was a Rolls-Royce level brand, wasn't it? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's like you're cheapening the brand, and I get it. That all they want to do is make money. That's not. They're not doing the brand name any favors. It's just turning it into a cheap brand.
It's difficult because actually it's not a bad little box.
Hey, it's great. I'm sure it's great. I'm sure it's great, but it's not. It's not. They're selling that because it's got SSL on it, and people are going to buy it because they go, "I've got an SSL interface." It's just like,
yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. Like the UF8, which I have over there by the drums, and the 2 Bus Plus.
Yeah.
2 Bus Plus. The Bus Plus. Sorry. The new SSL bus compressor.
Yeah.
Is amazing. It's properly good.
Right.
Worthy of the SSL badge. Is that? Well, I can't say. It's difficult, isn't it?
Oh well. I mean, it's another interface, isn't it?
They'll sell a gazillion of them.
Yeah. It's a shame that what they've done to the brand.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on.
Anywho, at this point, we should do this.
Rumi. He said, "Thank you so much." Rumi says, "Please suggest a Vox type amp for small studio where I track bands. I already have a Princeton and a small box." Nice. A Vox would be a logical addition, blue or greenback, mostly rock and blues groups. First of all, thank you very much for your.
Yes.
Well, let's go. It's got a small box. A small box is not a cheap amp.
Mm-hmm.
A Princeton's not a cheap amp. I think he's looking at decent quality amps.
Mm-hmm.
I would do, and it's really funny because Pet, who's I don't know if he's still watching, Pet had the same sort of dilemma where Pet's got a Princeton, and he was thinking about buying. You got a small box, but he was thinking about buying a Runt, I think, another Friedman type amp. And we recommended that there was a couple of Bad Cat Cub 15s that Anderton's had that they were knocking out really reasonably. But I'd recommend going to get a Bad Cat, or if you can afford it, go and get a Matchless. Bad Cats you're going to get less money. You're going to get for less money, especially in the US.
I'm going to throw a curveball in there.
Oh, go on.
I'm going to suggest. Come on, fingers. That bad boy.
But that's not what that is. I mean, I get it.
It's a Voxy style.
Okay. Do they even still make them? I think I've only ever seen one, and that's yours.
That's my one.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still make them. You can get them.
Right.
So that is a Chandler GAV 19T, 19 watt. No non-master volume. That to me, it's my favorite amp. It's awesome. It does things that other amps don't do.
It's a really good sounding amp. I'm not sure that he'll be able to get one. So I'd say go and get a nice. The Bad Cats are really good for that Vox AC30 sounds. James, that amp that James has got, it sounds great. If you want to go and find one of them, they're really good.
You'd probably get one cheap because
really,
I think you'd find one quite cheap now. Probably just smidge over $1,000.
Okay,
it's a great amp for the money.
Oh wow, sorry. Yes, that's what I so there's a recommendation from me and a recommendation from James. If you can get a Matchless, I think something like a Lightning or a Spitfire, something like that, you did have a great time with that. Or a Bad Cat. The 15 or the 30s, great. Steve says, have you guys got any new pedals for show and tell? I've got the only new pedal that I've got. I can't talk about at the moment. I don't think any other new pedals have come through. No, I'm afraid not, Steve.
Nothing at the minute.
I do like new pedal day though. Yeah, thanks, Steve. Well, one says, are we all aware that someday our kids will sell all of our gear to afford a meet and greet with a trap star?
It's that old joke, isn't it? One day when I die, I hope my wife doesn't sell my guitars for what I told her they cost me.
Yes, absolutely.
But remember, be nice to your kids because they eventually decide which home you'll live in.
Channel name says, any tips you could give to a bedroom guitarist looking to gig? Building up endurance to play a full set. Should one jam with a whole bunch of different musicians to build experience before gigging? Without a doubt, it's all about just playing with other musicians. Because that's the hardest thing. I think once you can lock with other musicians, that's when things start to sound great. The first time you'll play with other musicians and you'll think it sounds great. And then you'll listen back 6 months later and you'll go, oh, wow, haven't we improved? And
the trick is to always play with people who are better than you.
That's a really good tip.
And you might feel out of your comfort zone to start with, but that's a good thing because that makes you work harder and it makes you think about what you're playing. And eventually you get to the stage where you have to work really hard to find people who are better than you. And that's the stage when you'll start to feel comfortable. And that's when playing live is easy because you don't have to think about it.
Yes, I completely agree with you.
but always try and what is it they say? They say you are the average of your 5 friends, as in, or the 2 who are smarter than you and the 2 who are dumber than you. You're the one in the middle. You're the average. With musicians, always be the one who is fighting to keep up, because that way you'll work harder and you'll learn faster.
Yeah, you definitely do learn that way.
Yeah, hopefully that helps.
Yeah. Have you missed one? You missed one.
No,
We're not there yet. Where are you? Yeah,
no,
no, you've missed some, mate.
no, I haven't.
Oh, I do apologise. Have I just been?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Hold on. Let me just check something. Okay, sorry. Okay, live says, anybody tried a Harley Benton Tube 15 amp? Not me, but yeah, anyone else in the comments tried
Not
it?
me either.
I'd like to know that. I'd like to know if it's any good. Pet says, surely there's no way to make a 5-watt amp anything than just that. I might be wrong, but when I see 5-watt, I scroll down. Yeah. No, some 5-watt amps can be really good. To me, I think it's more the cabinet and the speaker that they go into. If it's like a really tiny little speaker, I don't know what's in the Magnatone. If it's like
the original Cub was an 8 with the original
Cub.
No, not Cub. Champ was an 8, isn't it?
I think it's an 8.
So I remember borrowing. Okay, this is gonna make me sound like a complete tea leaf, and it's not supposed to. I remember having this god awful bass, plugging that into the Fender Champ because that's what school had.
Right.
And I remember cranking it and it's sounding incredible.
Right.
With a bass. And my nana and granddad said, that's really quite loud. Could you turn it down? I'm like, no, it's because it sounds really good loud. So I turned it down. And anyway, push came to shove and school were getting rid of this was a primary school. We're getting rid of a whole load of instruments and stuff. And I went, can I have the amp? And they went, yeah, here you go.
Oh, wow. Nice.
And I got the bass guitar, which was guff, and the Fender Champ, which 20 quid.
Wow.
I was still a teenager, so I didn't really know what it was. You know?
Yeah, nice little amp. You know, a good recording amp.
Great. They're £1,000 now. If you can find one, they're £1,000.
Oh, wow. So they are.
Yeah.
Wow. Chemical P said he also sold a 68 Princeton reverb for 200 squallers many years ago. What a fool.
Yeah.
Andy with Gearbox. Thanks for Flapamzi. Yes. No, yes, the Andy with Gearbox. Yeah, really want one of them. David says, hi, fellas, in your experience, what is the best guitar in all aspects, including price? I mean, the most affordable guitar that will be stable, reliable, no upgrades needed. You pick the price. Well, that's a good question.
Honestly,
what the minimum? Hold on, let's have a look here. What's the best guitar? If you mean the best guitar, or what's the minimum guitar that I wouldn't do all those things. I wouldn't touch.
So the guitar that I always say to people, so and so wants to learn guitar. What do we get? I always say the same guitar.
Squire.
Yamaha Pacifica.
Oh yeah, nice.
Just because they're just better. There isn't the room for error that you get with Squires. You get some amazing. Pardon?
The 112.
Yeah, you get some amazing Squires, but you also get some not so amazing ones.
Yeah.
Whereas the Pacificas, I've never played a bad one.
Yeah. They are. I used to work for I used to teach for Yamaha. I used to teach people how to teach for Yamaha, and at all the schools they used to have Pacifica 112s.
Mhm.
And yeah, they're good.
Stable. They stay in tune.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could change the pickups if you were so inclined, but you're paying what, 300 quid for a guitar?
Oh, not even that. Not
Not
even
even
that.
that.
Not even.
Great first guitar. I mean, I know people who gig on those things because they're so reliable.
I would say
If money's not an issue,
I,
PRS.
I mean, I would still probably want to change the pickups and stuff in that. I think I would say a minimum guitar. Unfortunately, for me, it's going to be expensive. It'll be like a Fender. It'll be a Fender American, like the
A
basic
PRS.
American.
PRS is probably the best guitar in all aspects, including price. You get amazing bang for buck. Even in the like
What PRS is you talking the SEs, or what are you talking about?
even the SEs are great value for money. But I mean, it does say you pick the price.
Okay, yeah, yes, we said the most affordable guitar that'll be stable, reliable. I mean, you don't need to upgrade anything. I mean, even some of those Squires, they sound great.
Yeah.
Okay, Squire. What's a Squire? The vintage Squire. What are they called?
Classic vibes.
Yeah, they're
Great
really
guitar.
great. Yeah, they're great. There we go. There we go.
Classic vibes Telly or a classic vibes Strat is going to be a great guitar.
Yeah.
For 700 quid.
Yep.
About that, I think, from what I remember.
Probably less than that.
Yeah. There you go.
There we go. Jerry says, Paul, why did you get rid of your PRS Studio? The really, really good guitar. Do you know that humbucker on the PRS Studio is so good? I do miss that. Really miss the humbucker. I got rid of it because it was a fantastic guitar. It didn't fit with my technique. I had to change the way that I picked because the middle pickup, because of the PRS design, you've got the sort of carved top. The middle pickup was too close to the strings, and I found that it didn't matter what, and I'd always have to move my picking hand to be not where I'd want it to be to get the sound that I like to get out of the guitar. Or I'd have to change my technique to have very little of the pick digging in. But really, great guitars. Sounds so good. That 5815 LT pickup. If they sold them, on their own. Funky Bass UK. Hi, Rats. Late to the party today. Hope everyone's had a good week so far. And to you. Shahaba, he says, by the way, you should check out, if you haven't already, RJ Ronquillo. He gives Pete Thorne a run for his money. Excellent play. He's really good, yes. He's a very good player.
Yes.
Very good. Brucey Brooks says, okay, live, I have the Monoprice Tube 15. Identical amp to the HB Tube 15. What's the HB Tube?
Harley Benton.
There we go. It's actually really good. I upgraded the tubes and put in a 3-spring reverb tank. After upgrade, still under 275 USD. Nice. Look at that.
The Monoprice Tube 15. Wow, that's just
nice one. He said, damn, baby. Where's everyone else? There we go. There's 74 at the moment.
Yeah.
I love that picture of Brent in that's when we were in New York. We went to Lady what's
Electric Lady?
Electric Lady Studios. Look at Brent looking like he knows what any of those knobs do. David Bro says, hello mates, after my ATV crash and subsequent collarbone and broken arm. Oof. I'm only 2 weeks before I'm back. Cheers. Oh, mate. Speedy recovery and all that. Oh, because that'd be hard to wear a strap and stuff. You couldn't. Bless you. Funky Bass UK. Quick dark cost of living question for everyone. Which piece of guitar studio gear provides the best home heating option from heat generated? My 12-watt Fender Tweed gets pretty hot. Yeah, I mean, guitar amps definitely, but the only thing is, I think the amount that they cost to turn on is probably cost prohibitive over central heating.
My
I would have
PC.
thought.
My
Huh?
PC.
Does that get hot?
Uh, it doesn't get hot, but as in the amount of heat it chucks out
Oh, I see. So
because it's
pace. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But if I run it, it costs. I think because I've had everything on today, I've had the desk on, I've had PC, I've had we're looking at running probably £6 a day to run
Just
it.
on the computer.
Yeah,
It's expensive, isn't it? I mean, we don't want to talk about cost
depressing
of living and
stuff.
stuff, but it's like the cost of electricity and gas at the moment is
I've got
crippling,
so
isn't it?
the solar panels are going in February.
Right. I hope you can. I hope it pays back what they cost you.
It will. I mean, it's not an overnight thing because obviously it only works during the day. But yeah, the plan is for it to not cost us a small fortune in electric from the outside world.
Right. Pet says, yes, a question for Rumi. So Rumi saying, Pet's asking what Princeton speaker config you guys can.
Yeah.
What about a Morgan AC20? Nice choice. Never tried one, but only heard good things about it. Yes, the only thing that I keep hearing about Morgan AC20s are blowing output valves all the time. That's and that's not just from one source.
Yeah,
but sound fantastic.
I did a gig once with a guy who had a Vox AC15.
Yeah.
And halfway through the gig, it started to smoke. And then flames came out of it. And we kept going. And so did he.
Wow.
And then it kind of went. And that was it. That was it. That amp did not come back to life ever again.
Yeah, I'm imagining that's one of the newer.
Oh yes, it was a newer one, but still, actual flames. Actual licks of flame coming out the top.
Wow, awesome
on a gig.
Awesome smoke on the water. Poo Ninja. I love that name. My cats love cuddling on top of my super twin reverb. Wow. The 6L6 is warm up nice, but it pulls a lot from the wall. Yeah, nice one though. Yeah, cats do love amps, don't they? Channel name says, do you find that strings don't wear out if they aren't played as much? I just have the one main guitar now that switches the strings once a month with multiple guitars. I wonder how often you change strings. Yeah, I mean sometimes. I mean I've got a bunch of guitars here, and some guitars I'm changing every week, every couple of weeks maybe, and some
NYXLs.
Yeah, NYXLs
forever.
And the Elixirs, great. I put Elixirs on I can't remember which one now. One of the Les Pauls over there. You can't wear them out. And they cost a lot to put on there, but once you put them on, you're just like, God, they're still there.
Talking about animals and speakers and stuff, I had a 15-inch bass speaker, not the cabinet, the actual driver.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I put it down in the corner of the house at one point. My cat then made that its bed.
And we said it.
Like the cone, the speaker.
Oh, I see. Oh, actual just
just the driver. It would get into the driver, do the whole walkie roundy thing, and then sit down. And we said it must be something to do with the magnetic field, because obviously a 15-inch Eminence driver is not a small thing.
I thought this is going to be some sort of jivey gag that only drivers get.
No. The cat would sit. We didn't have a cat bed. We had a cat speaker.
Oh, nice. There we go. Nice. Pet says, Paul, is there a big difference between your bad cat and Matchless? Both amps at the same settings. Would you pass a blind flow test? Yeah, I think between my Matchless and the bad cat and my bad cat, yes, because they're quite different things. The Matchless is more Marshally Vox. Well, that's very Vox. If you had a matchless HC20, HC30, or the that's the head, the combo C20, C30, sorry. I think you'd struggle to hear the difference. I think I would struggle to hear the difference, and there's quite a big difference in price as well. Matches tend to have a lot of premium. There's a lot of money extra you pay for a matchless.
I'd still like a matchless.
Yeah, I do love it. Lol, it's so true. Says Aaron. Poo Ninja. I'm nice to my nieces and nephews and my friends' kids because I have none of my own. Somebody's gonna have to bathe me when I'm old. No. Blue Moon's kicking in. Apologies. Oh, mate, don't apologise.
Oh, Blue Moon. Oh,
I do like Blue Moon. Yeah, stick a nice bit of orange on the top.
I was going to say nice bit of orange. Definitely has to be orange.
We love a Blue Moon.
That's my California drink.
Yeah, I do like Blue Moon. Yeah, they only sell it in crappy little bottles, don't they? In the UK.
Yeah.
Rumi.
Oh, they're talking about.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're talking about themselves. It's good. Hey, Aaron, says Pooh. I think Pooh's his first name. Brent, there he is again. That new studio looks great, Jivey. There we go.
Next time you're down this way, mate, from the Badlands of the Northeast, give us a shout.
Yeah, look at him behind that desk. Look at he's having a lovely time. David says 8-inch. I don't know what we're talking about, but
speakers.
Oh, okay. Marlon Carter says, when will you do a demo of the Orange Super Crush 100 head? I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Did we ever? I think I've contacted Orange. They never got back to me.
We need an in there, don't we?
Yeah. Well, no, I get a bit. Look, I don't mind if I contact a company and then a company replies and say thanks very much, but we've got guys that do that are reviewing our products at the moment, or we don't like the stuff you do, or whatever. But when companies don't get back to you, that pisses me off.
This is rude. Rude.
Yeah. So it's almost like, if they wanted to. Now, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I probably still would. I quite like to try the orange. Aaron says, Paul, 60s oval C with 7.5 radius. Good idea or not? I think so. A 7.5 is really comfortable, and the oval C is a nice, comfortable neck. If you do big bends, 7.5. So not 7.25. 7.5. It's still quite round, isn't it? I've had guitars with 7.25s, and I always get disappointed when you want to do that sort of 3-note bend, and it just chokes out and just go.
My fingers can't do that anyway.
Oh yeah, you know the Steve Lukather. Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but they're really comfortable because you've got the slight sort of roundness of the neck, so it just makes it nice for playing. But look, you listen to Hendrix. That was 7.25 radius, wasn't it? And he's
yeah,
he could have done anything, couldn't he?
Yes.
I think you'll like it, Aaron. If you don't do like massive bends, I think you'll be. Funky Bass UK 6-watt Cornford Harlequin with all the knobs max sounds unbelievable. Large enough cabinet, 12-inch speaker. Nice. That's what I'm talking about.
I looked at one of those, didn't I, a little while ago?
Yeah, they're nice. Cornford stuff's really good. Brent Chadwick, they're having a sale on the classic Vibe right now in the US on the Fender site. Nice. There we go. £6 a day. Wow. Yes, mate. I don't know what it's like.
Device.
Yeah, I don't know what it's like over in New York at the moment for cost, but I mean, we got one of those smart meters and it tells us how much we're spending. Some days are over 20 quid on.
Yeah. We haven't had a 20 quid day yet, but I haven't been out here with a band with valve amps and all sorts of things on yet. I'm pretty sure once I have a full studio day with cameras, lights, valve heads, I'm pretty sure it's going to be an expensive day.
Yeah. Aaron says, never thought about that. Studios use a lot of power. Well, they used to use a lot of power. They they don't tend to now so much.
A big SSL or a Neve,
Oh,
you're probably looking at even before, energy alone, you'd be looking at £1,000 a month.
probably you're right. I reckon it'd be 50 quid a day.
Yeah,
Near enough.
and you can't turn them off.
No, don't.
Because if you do, there's a fair chance they ain't coming back.
Yeah. Gosh. Scary, isn't it?
Mm.
Martin Collier says the new strats with HSS under 300 quid. Much better than the Squires, all with rolled fret ends. Nice. Yeah, that's a good shout. I haven't used any of them, but I haven't tried one, but they're supposed to be really good. Shahar says, is there any compendium of offensive questions you gloss over? No.
Only offensive as in language and stuff that is off topic will blitz.
Yeah, but if it's funny, it depends.
Yeah.
It depends. Like Shahar's been, what's the word?
Close to the bone?
Close to the bone, yeah, but he does it in a funny way. That's fine.
We're both, big enough and ugly enough to defend ourselves. So
yeah, it's different if someone's I don't mind a criticism. I don't mind criticism if it's done in a nice way. If someone's just doing it because they're a dick, that's different, isn't it?
Yes.
Brucey says, James, why are you getting solar panels? I heard that it never gets sunny over there.
Because I live in a really sunny part of the country.
It is but it is changing, isn't it? Like the UK now is like hot in the summer, and then freezing. God, it's so cold at the moment. I guess it's like New York.
Yeah.
Same, isn't it? Chris P, enjoying the show tonight, guys. Cheer me up. Had operation yesterday. Oh, mate. So watching show on morphine. Wow, that's a good one. All four of you looking good.
Watching the show on morphine. I didn't know we were on morphine. I thought we were only on YouTube and Facebook.
Very good. I hope you're all right, Chris. Yeah, get well soon and all that. David says, Paul, still wondering if the GAFC EX is worth a turn. I think it is. I think it's great. If you've got a Katana Mark II, I think it's worth it. I mean, if you've already got the JFC, would I go? I'll go and get the JFC. Well, you can link them both together and you can do more things with it. So yeah, I probably would. Yeah, whatever the question. Yeah, I probably would. Okay, live. Vivendi, YouTube experience with Positive Grid. Will you ever test the Spark Mini?
No, because they won't send us one. Because we both bought ours. I still have mine. I love it.
Yeah, we had a bit of a spat with them with Spark because basically I did a review of the Spark and then they lifted the video and used it for their own promotion without asking or without paying for the video.
Basically they hijacked the video. They downloaded it themselves and re-uploaded it.
Yeah, which is
really, 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 really naughty, bad form.
Yeah, definitely. Is it illegal? I don't know if it's illegal.
Illegals. What's illegal on the internet?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So I wouldn't have minded if they'd have sent a message saying, we like your video. Would you mind if we used it? I'll be like, yeah, no problem at all.
Link back to our original is what you then do. That's what the whole linking thing works. You don't go and download it and make it your own video.
Yeah.
That way, the original creator who's making about 0.00002 of a penny per view.
Yeah, you don't make any money off of YouTube.
No.
Richard Paul says running lates are catching up on replay while still live. One of the best affordable pedals around at the moment is the Fender Hammertone range, 59 squids. Hope you both keeping well. And to you, Richard. Nice. Good tip.
Anyway.
Brucey says, my 64 Strat is a 7.5. I set the 12th fret action about 4/64ths, and I can bend pretty much anything. Nice one. Is that high? I don't know anything about sort of. Is that metric? What is that? Metric.
That's Imperial, and because
That's
he's in that America, the United States, which are in America.
Channel name: do you play a tube amp through studio monitors when you run it through reactive load? Do you still get that real amp feel? That's a really good question. I think some people, the digital thing that some people say, they say that it's digital is because they're not getting that amp hitting them, the volume from the amp hitting their, flapping their trouser legs, that sort of thing. Personally, I love the sound of an amp coming through speakers. I much prefer listening to an amp through studio monitors than I do listening to an amp, because I'm so used to it. I've just, just from working in the studio for God knows how long. I don't really like the whole amplifier in the same room thing, but that might be because I'm just not really used to it, and I'm so used to hearing it through speakers. But do you still get you get used to it? And personally, I think you get to love it.
Yeah, it's cool.
One says, did you try the new Nux Amp Academy? I've got tempted for its low price. I don't know anything about it, actually. So I haven't tried any of the Nux stuff. James, you tried any Nux?
Nope.
Nope. Willie Hardmeat. He's a Rangers fan. Look at this. Amp through monitors is not the same as amp speaker in the room.
I agree. That's why I have that.
I would argue whether it's better though. It's different.
It's different. I mean, I like having that or the other amp was, but I also like the Grossman cabinet.
Yeah,
that Grossman's amazing.
Brucey says 464 is about 1.5 millimeters. I call that medium to low action. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
My PRS Silver Sky, which is such a great guitar. I love that. That was 7.25, and it choked out. It did choke out, but I mean, I wish they made the Silver Sky with a 9-inch radius. That to me would be, I'd buy another one. Such great sounding guitar. Krina Silku says, "Hey all, hi Krina, how are you?"
We're gonna get through these last few.
Channel name: how did you guys handle the crazy 2022 UK heatwave?
Badly, and I didn't have AC at that point, so I was sweating like a you know what in my living room.
Yeah, lucky I got AC in. I got AC in the studio. God, it was so hot.
I have AC now, but I didn't
then. Jeff says, I have gas for a Ball Family Reserve Music Man Albert Lee MM90 390s. Yeah, 3P90s. Only 50 of them in existence. Nice. Yeah,
I have gas for a Luke. I want a Luke really badly.
Yeah. Here we go. And the classic Scottish. It's just this is what winds me up about Scottish. Just why? See, this is what I don't get. I don't get this. It's like, if it's Scottish, if people are Scottish, they don't want England to win the World Cup. If Scotland got to the got anywhere decent in the World Cup, I'd be cheering them on. I don't understand this whole Scottish.
It's the whole, when Andy Murray's winning, he's English. When he's losing, he's Scottish.
I still don't get it. It's just like, you're all part of the same country. You don't get that in
But yeah, let's not get political. It's the end of the end of the show. Let's not get political. I'm going to go there at this point. David. Yeah, I'm going to say thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. We've hit our 2-hour milestone, which seems to be busy week for both Paul and I this week. So hopefully some more content coming. But we will hopefully see you next week for the same craziness. Are you going to stay here on Wednesday and do the show from here?
No. Also, I need to. I've got Harris. So just so everyone knows, I don't normally talk about this sort of stuff. My son's having an operation the week after, so we're supposed to be staying put, not risking any sort of COVID stuff.
Right.
So we need to have a bit of a chat about that, but we'll sort that out. So yeah, we'll see if it's possible still to do.
Well, we're all clean-ish.
Yes, but it's all got to be highly tested and stuff like that. But we'll work it out.
Yes, cool. All right. Well, everyone, have a great week, and we'll see you next Wednesday for more Studio Rats craziness.
Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye bye.